Top Thrill 2 just opened at Cedar Point, and I've already gotten 2 phenomenal rides on it. The coaster stands 420 feet tall, 120 miles per hour, and replaced the old Top Thrill Dragster coaster, and I gotta say, my high expectations were exceeded. However, how does it compare to the original? Here's a full breakdown of Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. Let's start with the area around the attraction. I experienced the rides on Pass Holder Preview, and I won't go in depth about how that worked since, as of publishing, Pass Holder Preview is over. However, from literally everywhere in the park, and even on the causeway, this ride is intimidating. The 2 towers can be seen from everywhere, and that back spike is super cool. The whole area has been revamped, and this area definitely needed it. The lockers, store, and grandstands remain in the area, but the paths got completely repaved. It looks super clean, and there is even some racing stripes when entering the area. The TT2 Racing logo is plastered everywhere, from the entrance of the actual ride to even on the sides when entering the area. The area around the ride itself isn't as themed as the boardwalk, but it looks clean. In addition, Power Tower got a refresh, the store got a refresh, and the sound design in the area did as well. The Baby I'm Ready to Go theme song has been remixed and plays on the launch track. In addition, whenever trains are launched, a huge boom sound effect plays which can be heard from anywhere in the area. Then a countdown plays. Whenever the trains are in contact with the LSMs, there is a race car sound effect, and you can hear these sound effects and the actual LSMs from anywhere in the area. The whole area is super great, and the first impression you get with the coaster is excellent. Be aware before you enter the line that you do have to buy a locker to hold all loose articles, including phones. A lot of people are worried about this, but I didn't find it too bad. We waited about 90 minutes, including a breakdown, without our phones, and we were fine in line. The coaster dispatches very quickly, and you can always hear when a train is launching, so the line moves super quick. Just for reference, from the last cattle pen all the way to the station is about 45 minutes. It's just a straight shot. The line may look long, but the only cattle pen area is at the very beginning, where you can watch the top hat. The fun TVs are still pretty cringy, but they got refreshed with some cool coaster references themed to TT2. The end of the queue is awesome because the spike is right next to it, and it looks almost bigger in this area than it did from the midway. Entering the station, you'll notice that it is super tight, but also very efficient. Trains arrive with the restraints up, so loading can begin immediately. There's also no seatbelt for a very open sensation. Something to note is that we did not get a front row ride. Our first ride was in row 9, and our second was in row 10, the very back row. Our rides were similar in both trains, the first being in the silver train and the second being in the black train. The train we haven't ridden yet is the blue train, but as I can tell, there are no difference between them. After dispatch, you'll turn over the switch track and wait for a couple of seconds before hearing the boom sound effect. A cool touch is the keep hands down, head back, and hold on text on the screens, which of course played on the original coaster. As the lights count you off, the lights also go down on the top hat, a cool nod to the original ride. Then you hit your launch, and there's a little kick in the beginning. It doesn't provide much stomach twist sensation that the original hydraulics did, but don't worry, that's definitely coming later. For how long the straight track is, it looks slow, but you definitely feel the speed on ride. It's faster than Maverick's launch after all, and it feels about the same. This is when you'll feel the first moment of shakiness on the ride. The most notable shaky moments are in the valleys of the top hat and the valley of the spike. However, the shakiness does not affect the ride at all. Traveling at 120 miles, I would hope there would be shakiness, and it actually adds to the crazy experience of the coaster. It doesn't take away from the ride at all. At 74 miles per hour, the train goes about halfway up the top hat, with the front row nearly vertical. You get some cool weightlessness, but this in my opinion is the weakest part of the ride. However, the ride keeps getting better and better. Heading backwards, the trains hit 101 miles per hour on the launch, and this is when I realized that this ride was going to be crazy. The ride just keeps picking up speed and adrenaline throughout the whole duration. This backwards launch sends riders forward into their restraints, and it is crazy feeling that sheer speed in reverse. It almost forces your hands up. This leads into a super tight valley, providing crazy positive Gs before that stomach twisting sensation. In the back row, you go crazy high up that spike. The spike provides negatives at the apex and the whole way down for the entire train. On ride, it looks even higher than it does off ride, which is crazy considering it already looks crazy high. The spike is phenomenal and one of my favorite moments on the ride, but like I said, it just keeps getting better and better. After more crushing positives, the train accelerates again from 101 to 120. And what's wild is that you still feel the acceleration, getting pushed back into your seat. And what this ride does that the original didn't, is that you're at the top speed for much longer. The sheer speed of this launch is insane, and you really feel it. It's one of the most wild coaster moments out there. But it keeps getting better. Now it's time to talk about the heartline of Top Thrill 2. Coasters are designed around the heart lines of riders, so it's the most comfortable ride experience. The original dragster was designed for, of course, the original trains. However, the new Zamperla Lightning trains are seated higher and have larger wheels, so riders' heart lines are higher up. This means all those twists on the top hat that felt normal on the original coaster are amplified heavily. After the crushing positives of the top hat, guests are whipped laterally to the right, a force that was absent on the original dragster. Cresting the top hat, Top Thrill 2 takes the apex much faster. This causes for the best moment on the coaster and one of my favorite airtime moments. Unlike the original dragster, riders throughout the whole train are thrown out of their seat the entire way down. This is one of the most sustained ejector airtime moments out there. And then, riders twist 270 degrees with the heart line. This makes for an absolutely wild drop, twisting riders laterally while out of their seats, before reaching 120 miles per hour yet again. This leads trains into the brake run. The sheer adrenaline rush this ride gives makes me want to get in line again. In my opinion, it is better than the original dragster. While the original acceleration will be missed, Top Thrill 2 keeps its speed for longer, has way more airtime, and insane laterals, which I feel was very unexpected for most guests. In addition, going backwards at 101 miles per hour and looking straight down for so long is just super cool. Overall, Top Thrill 2 is my second favorite coaster at Cedar Point, ahead of Maverick and behind Steel Vengeance, and is my number 6 coaster overall. I was super impressed by Top Thrill 2, and I'm super happy with the outcome. I highly recommend coming out to Cedar Point just for that top hat alone. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment what you think of Top Thrill 2, and have a great rest of your day.